Okay, let's suppose we have got an example that's working here. Let's make some deliberate errors and let's see the impact of those both on the code itself and on how the web page displays in the browser. And we look at some resources to how we can actually check our code that it's working properly. Okay, so I've got a website here called Website X. Okay, it's got a web page, index.html, and inside that we've got a style sheet. Okay, so there are two places where we've possibly got code error, either in the web page or in the style sheet. So let us open up the code. Okay, that's it all there. Okay, so the body tag and the various tags inside that in Notepad++. If we run this in Chrome, we see we've got a H1 header in red, a H2 header with a yellow background, and then some paragraphs, bullet points, and also an address tag. Now, what's really helpful in solving most of your errors is just to get familiar with the color scheme in Notepad++. Okay, tags are in blue text, not bold. Okay, properties of tags are in red. For example, the href property of a link tag, the relationship property, the char set property of a meta tag, and so on. Okay, type over here is another one. Okay, each of these properties or attributes of a tag have got values. Okay, and the values are in purple in bold. Okay, so what sort of mistakes might we get? We might have a mistake like this. Okay, we haven't closed the quotation marks. Okay, so what Notepad++ is doing then is Notepad++ thinks that is the value of the href. Okay, it keeps going until it finds the next double quotation mark. Okay, so you can see that's gone the wrong color. REL should be red, but it's not. So watch your code, just keep that in mind. Okay, tag is light blue, property is red, value of property is purple bold. Okay, so if I had missed out on that quotation mark, let's save that and let's go back into the browser and let's refresh the page. Okay, and we see what happens is that the style is not being linked to. Okay, because the name of the file, the browser think that's the name of the file. Okay, so just be very careful with that. Quotation marks should open and close correctly. What else? Okay, here is a property here, href. Okay, if I make a spelling mistake there, okay, you can see it's not red anymore. Once I spell it correctly, it goes the correct color. If I don't close a tag properly, you can see that the Notepad++ thinks that this is all part of the title. So let's save that and see what that looks like. And F5 to refresh. And notice it's putting the whole thing up here in the title. Okay, because the browser is not finding the title tag closed properly. So just be very careful, get in the habit. If it's a double-ended tag, when you click on the word for the tag, the closing tag will also be highlighted. Okay, supposing I forgot to close the H1 tag like that. Okay, what's that going to do? Let's have a think about it. Okay, the browser is probably going to say, yeah, all of that is still inside the H1 tag. So let's see, is that what happens? That's saved there. F5. What the browser is doing is the browser is finding the H2 tag and it is assuming that the H1 tag has to end before that. Okay, so the browser is making a judgment call there and it's the one we want, but not every browser may be making that call. what about something like that? If I don't put the forward slash in, I've now got two H2 tags. What does that do? Okay, that's causing difficulty now. Okay, so the browser thinks that the second H2 includes all of that. Okay, so all of that is going to have a yellow background. Okay, because those are the styles. Okay, the text for H1 is red and the background color is yellow. Okay, so you can save a lot of these sort of problems by going to settings, preferences, auto completion, and just make sure you automatically close the tag. Then that sort of problem shouldn't happen. Okay, so those are sort of typical examples. Let me just come back here again. Is there any way to check our code if it's proper HTML code? So what we can do is, the answer is yes. Okay, so let's select all that code, Control A, and then Control C, and let's go back into Chrome or whatever browser we're using, and just type HTML Validator. Okay, and take the first link and go to the third tab there, Validate by Direct Input. So we can just paste our code in there and press the check button. And what are we getting here? We're getting no errors or warnings to show. Okay, so our code is fine. Let's go back and make some error like that. We saw that all the text becomes a yellow background if I don't close the H2. So let's copy all that. Select Control A to select it all, Control C to copy. Come back here. Now I want to paste the error code in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control A to select all of that, and then I'm going to do Control V to paste over the new version of the code, i.e. the code with the error. And this time we're starting to get errors. Okay, so that one little mistake has given me 6 errors. Okay, so that sounds like bad news, but be optimistic. Okay, if you fix that one error, that one mistake, you are going to get rid of 6 errors. So the glass is always half full. Okay, these error messages take a bit of time to get used to. Element is just another word for tag. Okay, so the paragraph tag is not allowed as a child of element H2. Okay, weird sounding stuff. Okay, so the paragraph tag is not allowed as a child of the H2 tag. Okay, all that means is you've got a paragraph tag opening inside a H2 tag. And the reason that's happening is because we haven't closed the H2 tag before the paragraph tag opens. Okay, so that's a problem. The second paragraph is giving us the same sort of problem. Okay, the second paragraph is still opening inside the H2 because the H2 isn't closed. So you can see the line number is here. So we can go back and fix that. And similarly, the unordered list is not allowed inside the H2. The address is not allowed inside the H2. Okay, the end tag for the body is seen, but they were unclosed tags. Okay, so that's just saying there's a problem with some tag earlier on. Okay, so notice the first 4 errors, the words are exactly the same. Okay, not allowed as child of, not allowed as child of, and so on. Okay, so that one mistake we made is giving us 5 errors. So let's go back and fix that. H2. Now notice what's happening here. I haven't closed this properly, so the paragraph tag here has the P has turned red. Okay, so that indicates there's a problem. So please get in the habit of just getting used to checking the color, because that can sort something. Okay, there's another mistake I've made here. I haven't put in the closing tag bracket for the opening half of the tag. Okay, so now the browser thinks that that is the name of some sort of tag, and it's not a correct tag name, so it's putting it in sort of black text. Okay, the problem with sort of putting auto close tags is sometimes it'll generate it when you don't want it, so we can just delete that there. Okay, so that is some errors we make with our HTML code. Let's look at our style. Okay, again, let's look at the color scheme. Our tag is in blue, non-bold text. Our particular style type is in a duller blue in bold, and the value of that particular style property is in black and bold. If I make a mistake, okay, I spell the color incorrectly. If we come back here, let's close that. Okay, maybe I haven't saved. Sorry, that is the wrong one. I didn't have the correct style opened. Let's open that in here. Okay, so REED is the wrong way to spell red. So let's refresh that page. You can see it's gone from here. Okay, so we're not getting any formal error. It's just the style is just not applying properly. So just be careful with that. Put it back to red. It seems to have closed for some reason. Okay, and refresh that. There it is, gone back to red. Okay, if we spell a particular style type incorrectly, you can see it changes from blue to ordinary black. If we don't close curly bracket or curly brace, as they're called, you can see whatever's after the missing curly brace is not going to be displayed in the correct style. So again, becoming familiar with the colors is very important. And now we see we have a problem. Neither styles are being applied. Okay, these are all sort of teething problem mistakes. You are going to make these sort of mistakes early on, but just be aware that they are easily fixed.